left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Wake and Jake in the morning, Wake and Jake at night. Jake sucks.
All right. Now, hey, now, ladies. Yeah. Good morning, Wake and Jakers. Happy Wednesday, October 7th. Seems right. Yeah. How about it? Hump Day. Remember when that was a thing? Remember when that was, like, the problem with our country? Anyways, John Sterling. Hope y'all are doing well today. We got people in the YouTube, the Facebook, the Scope, the podcast app. You're all beautiful. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's talk some sports. Let's be high and tight today. Oh, boy. I got a sneeze coming. Wow. I'm okay. And that's a little reminder of my Yankee Tuesday. Let's get into the sports, BBD. High and tight today. I'm feeling high and tight. You know, we got a lot of stuff coming out on the networks. Nervous Yankee Day throughout. Let's do it. I think the game of the day for me as we come live from the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx. Love Rosie. Randy or Rose Narena. No, not him. Roosevelt's RSVLTS / Jomboy. Go check them out. Roosevelt's still the best. They're the GOAT. Wearing my jersey, but I mean, if the Yanks don't win today, I'm going Roosevelt's tomorrow. Like, that's my ace in the hole. That's like my break glass in case of emergency.
That's the thought I had this morning.
We'll get there. But for now, the game of the night from last night, we had playoff baseball, NBA championship game. For me, I think a lot of people kind of knew the NBA championship game. How about game one, Braves-Marlins in Houston? Weird world. Max Fried versus Sandy Alcantara. This was supposed to be the series with the least beef, the least fighting and angst. And it's supposed to be a good pitching matchup. Fried versus Alcantara. Bottom one, Ronald Acuna Jr. If you're not the biggest baseball fan and you tune into this, please learn who he is. He is a special five-tool talent, generational, rare like Mr. Clean with hair. 1-0 Braves. In the second, Miggy Rojas hits a bomb into the Crawford seats. That's fun. It's tied up. And then in the third, Garrett Cooper. He did it against the Cubs, if you were keeping track of that. He hits a 2 RBI double to make it 3-1. Brian Anderson, Mr. Anderson. He hits the RBI single. Do people like Matrix references? It was like a big thing, and now it's old. I don't think so. 4-1 Fish after 3, and it's like, oh my God, are these Marlins built different? I love built different. Cracks me up. In the third, they are not. Marcell Ozuna RBI double. He is built different. He's a different cat. Travis d'Arnaud with the RBI double. It's 4-3. Okay, we've got a game. Things settled down. We head into the 7th with the same score. Bottom 7th, Fried, not his best day. 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Alcantara, well, we'll get to that a little bit. Marcell Ozuna, RBI single again. Young, thick Austin Riley scores. Travis d'Arnaud, former Mets top prospect, always hurt, never figured it out. He hits a moondog to center to go from 4-4 to 7-4. Dansby follows it up the same inning with a 2-run yacker. They score 6 in the 7th to pretty much end it. Braves bullpen only gives up 1 run over 5 innings. It's a Matt Joyce RBI single. Braves win this game 9-5. This game was fun. Again, we're tied at 4s. The Marlins had the lead going into the 7th. Braves flipped the switch, and they, I think they announced like they're a real team. Everyone's been mad about the Braves. They don't have the starting pitching, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They have a really good, really deep bullpen. Peter Moylan, former Braves reliever, friend of mine now. We DM. It's not a big deal. Follow him on Twitter. He sent me, and he was actually pretty good. He was like, if I was Trevor Plouffe, I would tweet out that the Braves have the best bullpen ever. And I was like, that's kind of funny. That's good. But they have a good bullpen.
It's really good.
And they win. They win 9-5. We'll see how the rest of the series goes. Again, these fish can pitch, but Braves put up a 9 spot last night, and their lineup looks nasty. Acuna with 2 hits, Ozuna with 2 hits, d'Arnaud with 3. Austin Riley had 2 at the bottom of their lineup. And, hey, we said, Houston, Oakland, they were supposed to have the cheating bad blood. We just showed the clip on here. Yankees, Rays have been throwing at each other for 3 years. What's the other series? The other NL series? Dodgers, Padres. They've had some hot blood this year, too. Acuna gets hit after he hits the homer, and we're back. I think he's been hit 5 times by Marlins pitchers this year. This series is just as hot. Good for the Braves. Fight back, fish, but I think this was a Braves statement game. Like, our bullpen's nasty. We'll figure it out starting, and our hitting's dope. So that's my game of the day. It was the afternoon game, so I hope if you guys did have to work or do whatever you're doing, you got to poke your head in there a little bit, and should be a fun series. Ronald Acuna Jr. is a star. Freddie Freeman, probably the MVP this year. Marlins can pitch. Derek Jeter. How about that? So that's the game of the day. Beavers, let's wrap up the baseball. Let's tie a bow on it. God, beautiful. You're all beautiful. Our principal in middle school used to say, have a rainbow day. How about that? It's kind of ahead of its time, I guess. Let's do Astros and the A's. We are a cron pod, I believe.
We are,
yeah. We're a cron pod.
After game of the night.
Yeah.
Today it is chronological the whole way.
Oh, my God. Play something spooky. Astros, 5. A's, 2. Man, I don't know. I thought Oakland had a little more punch. Thank you, Chris D'Amico, live in the chat. Appreciate you. And you know what? They got off to an okay start. Manaea comes out on the bump for them. He's had times when he's been like their number one dude. They just don't have it, man. These Astros do, and the ball was flying out of the park again yesterday. That first home run by Oakland and Chris Davis, and it's like, okay, is Chris Davis back? That would be huge for Oakland. A couple homers in this playoff series. And then the ball started flying out of the park for the other guys, too. God, Houston, man. Framber Valdez was really good on the mound for them. He's had a really good year. Like, it shouldn't be surprising. A lot of punchies, really good lefty pitcher. Sorry, my internet is fighting me a little, so I'm digging up a couple of my notes. Here we go. George Springer homered, pride of UConn. His playoff stats are silly. I was debating giving him bro of the night because I still like him. He's from UConn. Correa, RBI groundout, that's obvious. Chad Pinder homered. That ball off Listella's glove. It was 3-2 after 4. We've got a game. Maldonado and then George Springer again. It's 5-2 after 5. We go shut piece the rest of the way. Framber and Houston's bullpen, which is supposed to be their weakness, has been really good the playoffs. Oakland holds on the rest of the way, but doesn't matter. Houston wins 5-2. They're up 2-0 in the series. There have been some developments there. Greinke was supposed to start today. Apparently he's got arm problems. So, these 5-game sets can move quick. Part of me still does believe in this Oakland team. I think I might get eaten up and shoot out by Jom and Trev today on Talking Baseball. Check that out. We'll get there. Houston wins. They look good, man. They haven't lost a game this playoffs. 4-0. There you go. Good for you, Houston. Eat a bug. What's next, BBD? Cron Pod. The next game would be Yankees and the Rays, right?
Yeah, if you're ready for it.
I guess so. Roll the tape. Tyler Glass now for the Rays. Again, he's a name you should know in baseball. Some of the nastiest stuff you'll see from a starting pitcher. 6'8", 101 was popping up on the gun. I think it had a little bit of juice on it. He's got a wipeout curveball. Know who Tyler Glasnow is. I think he's one of the future best pitchers in this league. Cy Young winner, whatever. The Yankees start Davy Garcia, the youngest Yankee to ever start a playoff game. You've seen me reference him before this year. He's one bro of the night. I wore the gold chain. He's cool. He's young. He's fun. They're giving him the start in game 2. Exciting. 3 pitches in, the Yankees start warming up Jay Happ, the veteran left-handing starting pitcher. Emphasis on starting pitcher. Davey gives up a home run to Arozarena. Giancarlo Stanton bounces back. He hits a solo donger. He's locked in. It's awesome. Okay, we're tied at 1. The Yankees go to Jay Happ. They basically made Davy Garcia an opener, a guy who's thrown 6+ innings for them 4 or 5 times this year. They were trying to mess with the Rays' switchiness. They end up outthinking themselves a little bit. Zunino homers in the second off Happ, basically ruining the entire move. And then Margot gets him in the third. It's 5-1 Rays. Even then, the Yankees got some fight. I love it. Giancarlo, and when I say fight, they have Giancarlo Stanton. He hits one of the longest home runs you will ever see. It was listed at 458, and everyone was like, nah, that's close to $5. Haven't seen balls hit there in Petco Park. So it's 5-4. The Yanks are in it. They are not. Their bullpen falls apart. RBI single to Kiermaier. Homer to Meadows. Yankees put together a rally in the 9th. We're getting gross to grind in here. We're live with the people. The Pringles are out. We're trying to Pringle.
Tying run got to the plate.
Tying run got to the plate. It was exciting. It falls apart. The winning run got to the plate, technically, after the RBI single.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Yankees fought. They didn't use any of their high-leverage relievers or their high-leverage starters, but they did use 2 of them. So, Rays win 7-5. This was a game the Rays were supposed to win. I think Glasnow is their most feared pitcher. 7-5 Rays. Tough. The Yankees and their coaches and front office are getting chewed apart for their approach with Davey and Happ because it just didn't make sense. We did a deep dive on Talking Yanks if that stat line is appealing to you. But yeah, I mean, they're getting chewed out and they deserve to be. So Rays are a really good team. They were going to win a game this series. They get one. 7-5 Rays. The nightcap, Dodgers, Padres, Los Dodgers versus the Padres. Another divisional series getting kicked off. Clevenger gets the pill for the Padres. It's exciting. It's exciting. He's back. Is he a difference maker? Ew. He goes 1 inning. He had 3 walks. He gets pulled to start after the first due to injury. I mean, I hope he didn't hurt himself more because that's going to be a bad look for everyone. But he gets pulled. BBD lights up.
Did you hear his quote after the game?
What did he say?
I believe what he said was, it feels like my bones are in the back of my elbow, or my bones are rubbing against the back of my elbow or something. It sounded really bad.
Okay, Clef.
And it's the elbow that was hurt.
You're right.
A week ago.
Yeah. Not good.
Really bad look for everybody besides Cleva, I
Not
guess.
good, yeah.
Thanks for trying.
Yeah, don't be hurt more. That would really suck. But yeah, so he gets pulled after the first. So Padres are going full bullpen day, and that's kind of okay. This is what they did last time. They get a 1-0 lead off of an Austin Nola RBI single. He's been so good for them. It's 1-0. The Dodgers turn on the screw. Walker Buehler pitching for the Dodgers, by the way. 4 innings, that's all he gave up. Dustin May with a pretty special performance out of the bullpen. 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 walks, 3 Ks. Their bullpen holds and the offense gets going. Turner scores on an error. Can't do that in playoff series. Got to be tighter pods. Seager sac fly. Justin Turner single. Belly infield single. Max Muncy scores on a wild pitch. It's 5-1. From the tweets I was seeing, this game could have been double digits to 1. I guess the Dodgers were hitting a lot of balls that would have left a lot of other stadiums, but not Dallas, which is interesting. This is where the World Series is going to be played, I guess you would say. Holy smokes, that was a wild pitch, huh? Dodgers win 5-1. I don't know. kind of what you expect. Dodgers are crazy good. Interested to see if the Padres got some fight back. So 5-1. That's the slate of baseball. BBD, what else you got? What was missed? What up? 8 Dodger balls to the warning track, Tobias Allman says.
Jeez.
Yeah?
It's hard for me to have thoughts on anything besides the Yankees.
Yeah.
Just outdoing themselves. The Davey thing, the more I'm thinking about it, is just really bad. Because like they haven't just faced all those lefties in the first inning, which, of course, the Rays are going to say it. They said that was their top 4 regardless today. You say that because Yankees tried to mess with you.
It wouldn't have been.
No. Maybe all 4 of those guys would have been in, but whatever. Who cares? But then you take him so you bring him in basically just so Hat faces Margot one last time.
Yeah.
Because that's like all the difference was.
Yeah, it's
either of them could have been effective if with a normal start.
Yeah.
And they just used both while using neither.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's just bizarre, man, and we deep dove into it in Talking Yanks, and it's not us just being weird Yankee fans if you think that. Like, it's a big conversation on the internet, and it's if you're gonna I mean, you can replay it 1,000 ways. We were saying if you're going to use an opener like an actual opener, just use a reliever because, that's 1 inning, empty the tank. The other thing I'd say is, like, start Hap. He's the veteran. Give him a chance. Have Davey come out of the bullpen. Like, he's the guy who can tick up.
His stuff translates.
He's young, and it's, you can line up those righties in the second and third inning and say, like, hey, you guys want to do this dance? Let's do it. And I think there's some more fun there, and, like, he can get rolling. I don't know. Yanks kind of blew it. They overthought themselves. Dodgers, 7 balls to the track. Braves got the offense going. Series got hot, and the Astros roll. So we'll see. That's the baseball. Anything else, Bieber? I saw you think about it.
I expected Hap. We talked earlier in the week. I expected it to just be like a straight-up Hap start. I was very okay with a straight-up Davey start, too.
Yeah.
Young, exciting. They got the first game, so it's as little pressure as this game could have been.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a playoff game. It's pressure-filled, but
yeah, and
it was the best case for, like, letting Davey get a start.
And I guess
it didn't have to be long one time through the order.
That was the counter-argument I saw a few times. I mean, with Jom and with the internet was like, could we have necessarily expected Hap or Davey to be better? No, but you'd rather give them a fair shot. Give them a chance to do what they do. They've been starting pitchers. Let them go. If anything, flip it for me. Whatever. Dodgers, I think that game could have been bigly different. Excited to see the matchup today. Astros, man, they're rolling. They're rolling. So that's the baseball. BBD, let's do the shooty hoops. NBA Finals, man. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Again, basketball kind of not hot in the streets right now. Not trying to be rude to you, basketball.
It's as not hot in the streets as it could be. It's still the NBA. It's still the people who like it still watching.
It's still the NBA. It's still LeBron, but like, I don't know. I don't have to attack the NBA people that are here. You're beautiful.
And I would imagine their finals ratings, since they're usually in June, probably aren't as affected by election year stuff as like the baseball playoffs typically
normally are. Yeah. Well, anyways, LeBron, how about 28, 12, and 8? That's what he does. Made his free throws last night, 10 of 12. Good for you, LeBron. He doesn't normally do that. Anthony Davis, 22 and 9. Bang. I think the story is, and this has kind of been part of the story with the Lakers, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Danny Green, when those guys are okay, the Lakers win. When they're bad, the Lakers have a chance to lose. And when they're good, which they were good last night, 10 of 20 overall, 5 of 14 from 3, the Lakers win. This game was close. Jimmy Butler, 22, 10, and 9. He's a man. He's awesome. Bam Adebayo comes back 15 and 7 in 33 minutes, returning from injury. He's playing hurt. Good for him. Tyler Hero brings it again, 21 and 7. The people that I trust that were watching this game, they were saying, if Dragic was in this game, I think the Heat have a really good chance to win, which would have been cool if this series got tied at 2-2s. You had a chance to hook me. I'm kind of not there right now. I know I'm very lost in baseball. I know a lot of people are. But, this seems like the Lakers' title to be had. Ever since the Clippers lost, I think everyone was like,
It's Lakers or the field, and hard to imagine the field.
And close game at the half. I think it's a 2-point game. Heat were in this. I think it's tied with 6 minutes left or so. Lakers pull away, make a couple shots. KCP with a big one. Good for the Lakers. Salty Celtics tears. Bill Simmons put his podcast out today, giving the Lakers the title already, which, pretty Bill Simmons and the Celtics for the Lakers doing their thing. But, hey, good for them. I could see the Heat getting one more if Dragic does come back. That's kind of where I was at the start of this series. I could see them getting two. They could also throw a stinker. I think they'll fight Jimmy Butler, those guys, Coach Spo. But it's looking like Bronny in the bubble.
Dragic was a game-time decision yesterday, so presumably it's a realer option 2 days later than yesterday.
You think so? And, maybe he can just bring a little bit, and you get it to 3-2, and then 3-2 becomes the game because LeBron can't let it go 7. You can't hear the LeBron 3-1 type stuff. You just can't. So
even if he just wins the game 7, just letting you get there would be pretty.
I haven't asked much. Go win this next game. Go win this next game. That's all I ask. Give LeBron that little 3-1 scare. Have the people coming out with the hot takes. That's the basketball. I'm over it, BBD. We're in baseball land.
Lakers got. They kind of all just played their average game.
Yeah.
They got Danny Green and KCP to play at least a pedestrian level, and that's kind of all they've needed the whole way. They've turned in just enough stinkers to give them slight scares, but
yeah,
and they're good. It's just
they're really
at the
good.
Box score and the quarter by quarter number. It just seems like it was just Lakers were a little better than the Heat every step of the way.
Which makes
They're
sense.
a little better than the Heat.
Rondo, 7-5, my man. That's the Shooty Hoops. That's the sports from last night. 5 sports games, 4 baseball playoffs. The NBA, the baseball playoffs is running it back today. We'll talk about that later on what we're watching tonight. For now, we're going to the comment of the day. 69 likes in the YouTube chat right now, BBD. I know you like that. I asked you guys in Wake and Jake, the bakers, you guys are the best, to bake the algorithm. Bake the algorithm. What that means, if you don't know, hit the like button wherever you are. YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. Leave a comment, leave a review, podcast app. Let's get those podcast reviews going. You're sitting at home right now. You're skipping class. You're skipping something to watch this, let's be honest. So leave a like, leave a comment. Could be sports related, could be silly related. I've got 2. I've got one that's silly, BBD. I've got one that's sports related, kind of one of the things that I think you and I appreciate, and we've talked about a little bit. A fellow Jake left a comment, Jake King. He said I looked like McConaughey's estranged stoner son. To Jake King, I say thank you. Thank you. That's some of the nicest words that have been said about me. So I appreciate that. And then Salty Cop, also in the YouTube comments, he left the NHL, MLB, NFL, Tampa comment, which we've mentioned here. The Lightning won the Stanley Cup playoffs. You guys know that because you've come here for your hockey coverage. So that was fun. If Tampa beats the Yanks, man, they're going to be the favorite in the AL.
Well, if they beat the Yankees, I don't think they even care if they win the World Series. They
do. We got to give them more
But
credit
they're
than
very
that.
happy just beating the Yankees.
And it's looking like Houston's going to be there, but the Rays kind of have a good chance. They have a good chance
They're
as
really,
anyone.
really good.
They have a good chance as anyone not named the Dodgers. And if they do, and Tom Brady and those Bucks start playing, I don't know. It's a really good time to be a Tampa sports fan. How about that?
Probably not that many times you've been able to say that. Just unilaterally, it's a good time for all of you.
I don't think that's ever been said.
Usually at least one of them is like very bad, not just uninteresting.
If there's a fire. So thank you for your comments. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a review. Hit a button that's on your screen. Like, that's kind of what I'm asking. There's something there. Hit it and quit it. Don't quit it. Just hit it. Hit it and hit it and hit it. We bake the algorithm. Every like and comment helps. Appreciate you guys. And before we get into the bro of the night, BBD, thank you guys. The bro of the night is brought to you by DraftKings. Week 4 of the NFL football season is in the books. No game tonight, Thursday night football tomorrow. And there's no better place to get in on all the action than with DraftKings. Hema DraftKings. America's top-rated sportsbook app. The excitement of Week 5 DraftKings Sportsbook. Their can't-miss offer. If you haven't tried DraftKings Sportsbook yet, head to the App Store now. Head to the App Store now. Kennedy. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new users the chance to receive sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. On top of that great sign-up offer, DraftKings offers great odds boosts every Sunday to help you make it rain. Double entendre, rain and rain. If football isn't for you, that's fine. You're in a safe place. We talk all the sports here. DraftKings is giving you all basketball fans a 200% profit boost. Okay. Go bet the Heat to win Game 6. Let's have some fun. Or Game 5. 5? Yeah, 5.
5.
DraftKings is safe, reliable, secure, making it easier for you to deposit and withdraw your money, because that's what you want to do. Bet money, take more money out. Gambling. Easy. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy when you sign up and get $1,000. That's promo code Jomboy to get a sign-up bonus of $1,000 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25-time playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BBD, that brings us into the bro of the night. The bro of the night, you know, I was looking at the basketball. I could have given it to, like, KCP. I've kind of been mean to KCP through the years. I don't think I'm going to.
No.
Because I don't want to. And I think who I am going to give it to, and I didn't tell you this because I'm thinking of it on the fly, BBD. I think I am going to go George Springer. George Springer has had a pretty insane playoff career. I'm trying to get the numbers up, but the internet is fighting me again. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, our internet's like out.
Yeah, we got to do.
Stream's still going somehow.
We got to do so. We stream hard, baby. George Springer hits 2 home runs yesterday. In the playoffs. I'll try to get to the numbers, and maybe I'll do it while BBD's doing his bro of the night. George Springer has been a playoff beast. He's got a World Series MVP in the bag. Connecticut guy, UConn, hard-hitting New Britain. That's where I went to college, Central. He's from there. Love UConn. He's going to be a free agent this year. That's kind of exciting. Interested to see how that plays out. He's going to get the bag. So George Springer for the Astros. I'll look up some stats to help you guys out. Just to be cool about it. So George Springer, if there's a likable guy in Houston, I think it's him.
Among that
tough
sect of the team.
Who's your bro of the night, Beavers?
Jake.
Yes.
I almost did a begrudging George Springer. But you just did him. So I don't need to.
Yeah.
There's a world where I could give CB Buckner a bruh because he was remarkably bad, but it's not the reason the Yankees lost, and I don't want people to think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was just bad, and it was frustrating to watch, and he was trending on Twitter as an umpire. That only ever means one thing.
Never good. Never you had a great game, Blue.
Yeah. So, but I'm keeping it in that game, Randy Arozarena.
Yeah.
He's a problem. We've been talking about it all week.
He's a star.
Keeps raking, keeps homering. Still young.
His coach calls him the Cuban Mookie Betts.
One of the vibes you get.
It's good. It's really good. Do you have his playoff stats by chance? Do we have playoff stats? Do we have any?
Don't have
stats?
full playoff stats, but he was
It's like
hitting
7.
over 500
Yeah.
before that homer.
It's like
I think they might have held him without a hit the rest of the way after
8
that.
for
But
15 or something dumb. He's silly. I'll try to get them. I've got George Springer's numbers. It's a good bro of the night. We'll get a Rosarena too. Let's double down on the outfielders. George Springer in 54 playoff games has 17 home runs. So that's double it. That would be like 30. Okay, math pod. 34.
34, 17, and 34.
34 in 108 games. So if you do another 54, that would be 162. Is that math right at
I didn't
all?
hear your first numbers.
54. What's 54 times 3?
I think that's 162.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Does that work
50
out?
times 3 is 150.
Yeah, it's 162.
yeah.
Okay.
4 times 3 is 12.
So George Springer, in his postseason career, which is a third of a baseball season, if you do that over a full year, 162 games, he averages 51 home runs. It's really good.
How many homers does he have in the playoffs?
17.
17
So
times
17 times 3.
Yeah, 51.
Yeah. I had the calculator app out, I'll be honest. So that's incredible. And I don't think people think of George Springer in that ilk. You still think of Bregman, Altuve, Correa.
He's a guy with pop, but 50 homers isn't what you think of, and in the playoffs he's a 50-homer hitter.
Yeah, man. He's awesome. Connecticut guy. Let me see if I can get some Rosarena stats quick for you guys while we head into what we're watching tonight. Good bro of the night, BBD. A couple talented outfielders. A couple skill guys. What are we watching tonight, BBD?
A lot of baseball. I have
baseball.
nothing else on my
Yankees.
radar.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else. It's a Wednesday. There's no NFL.
It's all baseball.
NBA's in every other day mode.
Watch every game.
It's baseball. All the games are good.
Getting a Rosarena postseason stats. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button. Okay, I think I'm close.
Kershaw against the Pods. They had
Watch
the Trent
Kershaw.
Grisham thing last time.
Yeah, I mean, a Rosarena this playoffs is 9 for 17, 2 homers, triple, 2 doubles. He's a monster. Zendino the Great in the chat. I love you. Guys, watch all the baseball tonight. Let's go Yanks biasly. Let's go A's. Also kind of biasly. Braves, sure. Or Fish. I'm okay with either in that game. And I think same with Dodgers and Padres. So let's go the ball. Watch the baseball. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. You're all beautiful people. Bake the algorithm a little bit. Have a good hump day. Let's get it.
Hey, Jay's
Let's get
back
it.
and he's got his own show. He's on the mic and he's
Let's
ready
get
to
it.
go. Noodle on his
Let's
left,
get it.
Jess on his right. Hey, hold up. Don't start
Baseball's
a fight.
fun.
He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning. Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Love you.